Okay, then. So, welcome to Man versus Fat, the blues podcast of Bayern Never Losing. And today we have Josh Buxton, the mighty Josh Buxton, who you may have heard of already on different podcasts and around the world. So, Josh, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, you're welcome. You didn't want to do it to begin with, but I've eventually twisted your arm and you've come along. So, I've got to say thank you very much for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to let you do a little bit of talking. So, if you just tell us about why you came to Man versus Fat and some of your hobbies, that'd be really good. Thanks.
Um, so I initially did a weight loss thing myself a few years ago. Lost about 8 stone, and then it didn't stay off, so to
Okay.
speak. Put it all back on and more. Uh, so I had heard of MvF on Facebook. I don't really know anyone down in the Bournemouth area because I'm not initially from here, but thought I'd go along and applied on the Wednesday, and Steve messaged me on the Thursday, ready to join the Blues on the Friday. So yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, I remember you joining for the first day and all the frantic emails backwards and forwards, making sure you got a pair of shin pads and you got the right boots and the a blue top and making sure you're weighing in the right place. And So let's now talk about yourself and the hobbies and interests because I know you've got plenty because we've seen photographs on the chat and you talking about them. So you could start with maybe your fishing.
Oh yeah, I'm heavily into carp fishing. Um, I love being out on the bank. It kind of I think it's good for the mental health and the soul being out there and kind of just enjoying outside. Um, it's actually a bit more physical than people seem to think as well because when a fish wants to fight, it fights. Um, so yeah, it's a big passion of mine to be out there.
So you like the sitting down at the side of the bank one. What about have you ever done any like sea fishing, like beach casting or on a boat?
I've been to
Yeah.
Chesil Beach a lot. I've done some mackerel fishing down there, and then um, yeah, I like it. It's just blistering cold down there, so I, I prefer my bivvy at the side of a lake and heater when I want to.
Yeah. I used to do a little bit of mackerel fishing, but they've changed the rules many years ago on how you could do the mackerel fishing. I don't think you're allowed to use the seven lines all off the one line anymore, are you?
You have it's the multi rigs essentially. So I think the most I've seen is five.
Yeah, because we used to have quite a lot, and used to just watch the birds flying up and down the beach, and then cast out and catch the mackerel, get your 40 in, and then go back home. And it's a different way. It was just a bit of a lazy way of fishing, but it's a completely different to carp fishing because I guess you got to lug all that stuff from your home to the car and then sit at the sit at the side. And then what's the kind of thing you do at the side then when you're fishing? Do you just read a book?
Yeah, I take my Kindle with me, or generally just scroll
Yeah.
on the or things like that. I've seen people with these big luxurious setups of taking like a games console and a Power
Never.
Pack TV. So it's all run off that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's crazy what you can do, but yeah, I just enjoy my book.
Well, that's good. So, can you remember what your starting weight was and roughly how many months ago did you start?
Started at the beginning of August, and it was 194.1 kilos I started at,
Yeah.
um, which it kind of feels good how much I've lost, knowing that I'm now nowhere near that.
Okay. So how much have you lost?
Uh, I think it's pushing 33 kgs now.
That's a good old amount, 33. And I got to give you a little clap there. I don't think I could lose 33, but yeah, how have you actually gone about losing 33 kilos from since August then? What's your regime? What's the main things that you do that makes you carry on?
Uh, One of the big things for me that I abused was like Lucozade and energy drinks. Uh, so I've cut them out completely, and then I don't snack at all. Um, I'm really strict with what I eat and how many calories I can have in a day. So I think it's just like this time I've got like a sheer willpower that I didn't have before.
That's good. That's,
I think the kind of knowing that it kind of benefits the team in a sense to us to lose weight, it spurs me on to have that willpower even more.
yeah, I mean, you scored more goals off the pitch than you do on the pitch, but that's like everyone. Everyone scores more goals off the pitch than on the pitch, unless you're Harry, because then they all get accounted to you, don't you? Even if you're Jordan.
We have to,
So in another podcast we heard about Harry. That was not in this one here, but in another man versus fat one. He talked about ready meals. Do you do that at all?
yeah. So I generally every day for lunch I'll always have a ready meal because I think it's easier to count the calories um, and you know what's going in. So I'll like change between companies that I buy from and things like that. Like one week I'll try that Marks and Spencer's ones, or the week after I'll try the calorie controlled ones from Lidl and things like that. So it's always changing and it's not always the same taste.
Yeah,
Um, it's just so much easier to kind of regulate what you're eating.
well, that's good. Um, you did the walking challenge and
Yeah.
all the steps, and you done loads of steps, didn't you? You're in the 20,000 steps a day group. Has that affected your body in any way? Because I mean, me, it really hurt my hips. I mean, because of my age. But what about you? Has it affected you at all, or has it been a real good benefit?
Um, because I have a reasonably physical job anyway. It's not impacted me too much. It's kind of like as a standard, I can smash out 10,000 steps anyway at work. Um, so it just felt like I was pushing a bit harder than usual.
Hmm.
Uh, but I can definitely feel my fitness improving as a standard. I feel that I say to the guys at football each week that I can feel myself running each week more. Um, especially the Friday just gone. I think that's the most amount of running I've done in a long time.
I mean, you did pop up a couple of good shots, and but they didn't go in. But they did go whack, and they did. The goalie did have to try and save them. So you are getting a lot better now. It's going really well. Um, so have you? So now you said you done that one slimming experience. So have you done any other ones at all? Weight Watchers, Slimming World, or anything like that?
Yeah, I've tried Slimming World. It wasn't for me. It felt a bit culty in a sense. Um, I think this kind of way of losing weight with the MvF kind of suits me because I'm probably aware that you guys can tell I'm hyper competitive.
Oh yeah.
So me, when I know they say not to let like the team of the week and stuff affect it, but like it spurs me on seeing myself in team of the week. Um, and
Do you,
it's just definitely a hyper competitive streak.
so you've not been in Team of the Week twice this season, I think, isn't it? So
Yeah,
so that's going good though, because I think you're in was it 9 or 10 weeks on the trot? So
yeah. Then I had the one week, which I think was the challenge week as well, and then I had last week, which was the challenge week. So um, yeah, it does. I think the challenges are good in a sense for building the fitness and stuff. Um, and it also kind of, but it's knocked me off my stride a bit each time.
yeah, I must admit, I found it really hard doing the challenge. It's good in a way of getting the team all to push forwards, but it's personally you don't lose as much weight as you think you do because you've changed something in your setup that you're losing the weight with. So that's really good. So you've also you said something about these like I'm going to say they come in a box, which most things do. They got a little head on them, and the Connor collects and you collect. What are they? Can you kind of explain what they are to me?
Oh yeah, we I collect Funko Pops. They're like different characters from TV shows and films and stuff like that. I have a real fascination with Lord of the Rings, so I have a lot of Lord of the Rings ones. Um, and I've just found out today that there's more coming out, which means I'll be purchasing more. But um, yeah, I just enjoy them. I've got shelves full.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
No, that's good. It's good, it's good that you do other things. Do you do any other sports at all, or apart from the football and the fishing?
um, I don't play any other sports. I watch basketball a lot. I'd like to play it, but I don't think I'd be very good at
Well, we've got a basketball court just down the road from us. I mean, because I live in Ashley Heath and you live in Westmoors, and I never see anyone playing on them. So you'd be the best one on the pitch. So, is there anything else you want to talk about at all? That that you think you've got from Man versus Fat at all?
it. I think in the sense it's helped me come out of my shell a bit more
Yeah,
compared to where I was the first week. I was very kind of secluded. Um, so I think the experience of having the team and things like that has definitely boosted my self-confidence a lot. Because if you had asked me to do this in August, I would have never have done it. Um, so it's it's definitely an eye opener, and you can't fault it at all, really. Like I've enjoyed every week, every second of it, to be honest. And
yeah.
it's my eyes to a lot of things.
In your journey of weight loss and things, um, is there one thing that you think that you do that you could hand on to other people to allow them to sort of take what you're doing?
Um, well, I vouch for like not snacking
Yeah,
because I think that is the biggest way that you're going to gain the weight. Like you don't realize how much you're actually putting in with snacking. Um, I have my set meals and then I stick to them, and then you have to formulate that willpower.
yeah, okay. So I'm going to say thank you very much for coming on, Josh, today. Is there anything that you want to say extra for the lads? And it's coming up to Christmas time, so do you want to say anything at all?
Um, well, hopefully Jordan can score some more goals for Harry on Friday.
Yeah, no, that'll be good.
That'll be nice. So what? We've got 2 weeks left of the season now.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got Greens at 9:30, and then the last game is the Yellows.
Yeah, hopefully we can finish on a high and then 2 weeks and then enjoy the Christmas break.
Yeah, okay then. Well, I'm going to say, well, thank you very much for coming on. I know it's in your position and in my position, it's absolutely scary, and you don't know what's going on. So I've got to say another big thank you for doing this, and I hope your weight loss journey carries on. So, see you in a bit.
Yeah, cheers.